Okay, here's the latest news on what has now become a national story, and that's the West Virginia family court judge who is now getting impeached by the West Virginia legislature because she engaged in this pattern and practice of searching the homes of litigants appearing before her for a period of like 20 years. So if you've followed my channel, then you've seen all about this case. But I want to give you a update on exactly what's happening now, according to my information with this impeachment, because your help may be necessary. So what's happening now is behind the scenes, the judge is apparently, along with maybe some lawyers, pressuring some of the state legislators, some of whom are lawyers that actually appear in front of the judge, to vote no on the impeachment. Secondly, there was an anonymous letter that I can verify was sent and received to multiple state legislators providing information about the judge. Now, I don't know who wrote this letter, but I can verify that it was received by multiple legislators, and they are listed on the letter. So this is the letter. And it says, during your investigation of corruption in the impeachment proceedings, please investigate Judge Goldston's unethical use of her office staff for her personal errands. She used and still uses her state taxpayer staff to get her groceries, go to the pharmacy, move her personal belongings and furniture from Mullins to Beckley during her move. This is quite specific. And landscaping at her house. Her staff does this during working hours on working days. This has been going on for years and no one has stopped her. Thank you for standing up for the taxpayers of West Virginia. For fear of her wrath, I cannot put my name. Now, did this come from somebody inside the courthouse? I can verify that this was received by these legislators, but I really don't know who wrote it. The other thing that I didn't address in the last video that a lot of people were asking about is what about all the other family court judges in the state who had tried to intervene in the original disciplinary prosecution of Judge Goldston? And that's a great question. When the judge was brought up on disciplinary charges, the entire Family Court Judicial Association, so all the family court judges in the state, had this meeting and they decided to sort of stand behind the judge, to rally behind the judge. They actually hired a lawyer at one point and filed an amicus brief before the Supreme Court arguing that the judge should not be disciplined and that family court judges do have this power under the state law, state constitution, to go in people's houses and search for things, which is of course absurd and which was rejected, thankfully, by the West Virginia Supreme Court, as well as the federal courts. And not only that, but one of the members had sent a letter to high-ranking legislators and also to the West Virginia Supreme Court trying to get the judicial disciplinary prosecutors fired. So these other family court judges indeed interfered with and tried to stop their fellow judge from being prosecuted for what we now know was egregious misconduct, egregious judicial misconduct. I tried at the time, I sent a couple FOIA requests to try to get the communications, the minutes, anything that was available from this judicial association, and ultimately basically was unsuccessful. And so that is another story here is, all these other judges tried to stop punishment for this egregious misconduct. They tried to interfere with the legal process. Is there going to be any punishment for them? And that's a great question. And you know what? The West Virginia legislature, they have the power to remove judges, even judges who were elected and have been there for 20 years, if they violate the state or federal constitution. So they can do that. And so my latest information is that as of right now, this is going forward. But there are powers behind the scenes that are trying to convince and or possibly even intimidate some of these legislators to vote no. Again, I'm going to post this letter, and if you have an interest in this, what works when you're trying to get legislators to vote for something that you want? Calling their office, writing them letters, giving them support. So they are doing the right thing here. Let's not let something that's happening behind the scenes politically stop them. I'll definitely give an update if I hear something soon, but it sounds like there may be something happening on this as early as Monday. You'll get an update as soon as I have one. So as always, thanks for watching. Remember, freedom is scary. Deal with it. I'll see you next time.